So another little update on Pinky. We have found the trees and put them in, replace the old trees. Not sure whether the angle of the strings is right. These are roller trees, so they physically allow the string to move around on the rollers here rather than scraping underneath a traditional, what are they called, ladybird trees, bird trees, I don't know, some sort of a wing. Right, so we've got them on, got the rest of the strings on, and I think I've tuned it reasonably okay. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. So this is the latest guitar project. I picked this little baby up for a mere £10. Reasonably complete. It's a Pink Swift Telecaster, obviously a copy. Now visible damage, well, I can see the rosewood neck, if it's rosewood, has got a bit of a crack in it here. I don't know how that will affect its playing, but I'm going to treat the neck with a bit of wax to protect it. I've already cleaned it off. So we've got a typical Telecaster pickups, single straight there, and then this one, which is a bit of an angle. I don't know whether the electrics work on this, so I'm more or less going to have to put it together, or put at least one string on it, just to see if I can get anything out of it. And then if it's if that string works, we will continue. If it doesn't work, then we'll have to strip the internal bits and pieces out. But some young lady would love this. So I have a little update on Pinky. Here's Pinky. Okay, this is the Swift Telecaster, presumably in the name of Taylor Swift. Came into me. I bought it for the pricely sum of £10, and I think it was quite a good bargain. I've got a little stand for it, a strap to go on, but it needs a bit more specialist treatment, which I'm working on now. So I just put my stand on there. Right, so now the neck, fretboard rather, was very, very dry. So dry, in fact, it was cracking. I'm hoping that's not going to be too much of an issue. I've put glue down in there and let it set hard, and then on top of that I've given it a nice coating of antique polish. Don't know whether that's the right thing, but it really has brought it up, given it a bit of a luster, and it's made it all feel a bit more professional. That's what I've used. Not cheap. Got it from my local DIY shop. But there are a few things that I need to do. So the saddles, So had two good saddles on it, or usable saddles, but this one, the bolt on it was all twisted and bent. I don't know how it got like that, but so I just decided to order a complete set of saddles, so they've come today, and I thought this pink guitar would look so good with black. Thank you very much. I've just been brought a cup of tea. Yes, would look so good with some black strings. So I've ordered those. I don't know whether they're going to be black, but I hope so. So, what else? Now these are, what are these? Trees, string trees. That one went there. Unfortunately, I lost the spacer, which is terminal really for these. So I'm taking that one off as well, because somewhere, I don't know what I've done with it, somewhere I have got some new ones, new trees. I don't know what I've done with them actually. They must be here somewhere. Right. And you will notice it's missing a tuner, or a machine head, as some people would call them. So I had this part. This part was the original tuner out of it, but it didn't have the screw-in thread part. So I ordered another tuner for about £6, and initially I was just going to change the tuner and put the new one in place like that, but it's a different type of fitting. It's got two studs sticking out of this one, whereas the original is a wee bit narrower and has a screw to hold it in place. So I've taken the locking thread nut out of the new one and put it into the old one, and that should do the job. Okay, I'll send you an update when I've got things moving. I only put this in here for safekeeping, but so that should pop off very soon. There you go. Take the spring out, remove the threaded bolt. I've already put the tuner in place. It's not as tight as I'd like it. That one's nice and tight. That's got a little bit of play. So is that. Might not be too much of an issue. If it stays tight, if it stays in tune when it's wound, it won't be so bad. Anyway. So I've opened the strings up and they're not black. Now, I thought cobalt was a shade of black, but obviously not. This is just the type of string. So we'll go with what we've got. Saddles are in. Now I'm not quite sure whether they're going to be the right space there, because this is a bit of a mix of parts now, but I'm hoping that they're not going to foul each other too much. And this is obviously a cheaper version of a Telecaster because the strings don't come up from the back. They looks like they actually just slide through there and get retained by the ring at the end. So we'll fit it up like that anyway, see how it goes. I found them. Well, I didn't find them. My dear wife found them. These are the new tees that I've been missing. I didn't have to order another set. So, okay, now these are roller tees. So the little barrels at the ends. So that part there, that part there, they roll, they rotate. You can see there's a little bit of a gap in them, or space there. So that would allow much better movement than one of these fixed tees, otherwise known I think as butterflies or flying tees, I'm not sure. But these are roller tees, so that's what I'm putting on tonight, and then hopefully we can string this guitar up properly. So I still need to get the old one off here. Should be quite an easy job. And I'm hoping to reuse these original holes for the new tees. Tees. Have I been saying tees instead of trees all this time? Aren't I terrible? Right, so I've got these, and I would think they would go that way rather than this way, only because putting it that way around so I'm going to put them this way around rather than that way around, because I think the more gap you have from the nut to the tree, the less stress there is on this. Okay, so I've got them on, and now that they're fixed onto the neck, you can see, if only my camera would focus, you can see them rotating. So when the string goes under there, it causes less friction, if that's the right word, because these will actually rotate independently according to whatever tension you put onto the strings. That's the theory of them. Okay, so we are up and running with the strings, at least. Always difficult for me to know how much to wind on, not being a player. And obviously it needs tuning at the moment. String heights, not sure. Or the action. Anyway, we will, for some reason or other, this isn't Might have to take that socket out and give it a check over, but I think it's more the cable. Right, let's tune it and I'll do another video. Right, my version of tuning. This is what it sounds like.